A new era of League of Legends is about to begin. Existing champions got nerfed and buffed. New champions are entering the fray. Changes to runes were made, but most importantly, Riot Games is introducing a new shop. What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. If you're new here, we love dropping great tips, top 10s, and highlights on our channel. We're quickly growing, and we are absolutely thrilled with how many of you are loving the content so early on. If you're not already part of the top viral gaming crew, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications by clicking or tapping that bell. Make sure to give this video a like and share it with friends. I'm Sam for Top Viral Gaming, and now let's get into the video. A lot of players seem to really like this upcoming patch, while others are voicing their concerns for wanting a little more. The honest truth, though, is this patch will confuse almost all of us, even the ones of us who have been playing for over 10 years. Don't worry though, because we have you guys covered. We're going to be going over which champions are broken this preseason, and which new items can make these champions much stronger. These are the top 10 champions in Season 11. With new items introduced to the game, you're probably looking for champions that will work best with these items. Don't forget that the game fundamentally is the same. You'll never forget the mechanics of a champion. And although this patch will affect everyone's playstyle, we have plenty of time to go through everything together by the time Season 11 starts in early 2021. We'll be looking at 2 champions from each role to make sure we cover everyone's preferred role. Let's get into our champions and start with top lane, Kayle. Kayle received a buff this patch. Now she grants 6% attack speed per enraged stack, and an additional 2% ability power, which she didn't have before. This makes AP Kayle a lot stronger, and AD Kayle seems quite unplayable now with this update. The reason we think Kayle is so OP now is because Gnasher Tooth is a must-buy item on Kayle, as it has the same passive as the buff she received in this patch. In addition, the new invented mythic item called Riftmaker does a really good job on her scaling damage, and in our opinion, she might be one of the strongest champions in the preseason by far. In her build, you'll now have a mythic item that will empower other legendary items with 5% of magic penetration. Isn't that so good? Riven. We chose Riven as our second pick on this lane because the Ravenous Hydra got a change in its stats. This now helps Riven have a better wave clear, which leads to a different style where you'll be able to roam even more around the map. This isn't the only reason she made our list, but the new Prowler's Crawl item is insane and gives 55 attack damage, 21 lethality, and 10 ability haste. But when you press the item, it allows you to dash through your target and do 100 AD, and an additional 30% physical damage. In general, Riven has 4 dashes in total, so imagine having a 5th dash in you. On top of this, Prowler's Crawl is a mythic item that will empower all legendary items with 5 lethality, and that can lead to a full lethality build and one-shooting everyone in front of you. Now let's move to the jungle role and see which junglers are doing a great job in this preseason. Rammus. You probably never thought Rammus would make this list. But hey, never underestimate some champions, because you don't know when their time will come. Generally, now all tanks in jungle are doing a great job, as some of the new items have amazing stats. If you play against a full AD enemy team, the item Thornmail has the ability to save you the game because it stacks. You can buy 2 Thornmails, and the enemy champions will literally eliminate themselves just by attacking you. This is because their damage will return to them, which was not the case before, because the item didn't used to stack. We can also let you know that the Sunfire has been buffed and works pretty much on all tank champions. Give it a try and see how powerful Rammus can be. Hecarim. Hecarim has always been a great pick, but with the change of the Trinity Force, he probably became the best jungler by far. The Sheen item is now 700 gold from 1200 gold, so it can be bought early in the game. You can rush take it after a full clear of all camps in jungle, and now you no longer need to buy this jungle item, because you have it as soon as you use your smite 5 times in the game. Hearthbound Axe is now a part of the Force, which gives you the amount of attack speed that Hecarim needed before. Unfortunately, it replaced the Phage, which is not a big deal because Phage can be bought for the Sterix Gauge or Divine Sunderer. What do you think of our list so far? Agree with us? Make sure to hit that like button to let us know. Comment down below with which champions you think we got right and which ones we got wrong. While you're there, let us know which champion you main. After the patch, there were a lot of opinions about mid laners slowly dying, because now AD champions are a lot better than the AP champions. This is kind of true, but give these next 2 champions a play. Ekko. Ekko can also be played in jungle, but since the Ludens was removed from the jungle, we think that Ekko is better now on mid lane. As a first item, you can go with the Hextech Rocket Belt, because the Proto Belt has been deleted from the game. Don't worry though, because it's completely the same item, but just costs a little bit more and does more magic damage. This is why we think Ekko is a good pick now, as he'll have his power spike right after his first item. Rocket Belt is a mythic item as well, and you'll have 5 magic penetration on all legendary items. Following the Hextech, Lichbane is the second item you need to aim for after you get your first. The good thing is that now you'll have a lot of damage in the early to mid game with these two items. Before, Ekko could have been considered a late game champion and was in need of at least 3 items before he could feel his power. This is no longer the case. Zed is a main champion to a lot of players out there, and maybe even one of the most played champions in the game. If you're playing Zed, you obviously need to possess mechanics and know the right combos to do a lot of damage. You can't just go in there and use auto attacks and expect to do damage, no matter which items you have. We think Zed is finally back on the stage after he got pushed away due to a few nerfs. The change of the item Duskblade made all assassins better and much more useful in the game. Now, if you bought Duskblade and you eliminate an enemy champion, you become invisible for 2 seconds, which is so impressive on Zed. You can just go take an elimination and disengage from the crowd without others knowing where you are. And this was the only thing Zed needed. Plus, Duskblade is a mythic item that gives 5 ability haste to other legendary items, which are Yumu's and Edge of Night. This means you'll have a lot of cooldown reduction after you get all 3 items. Moving to the bottom lane on the role ADC, we have 2 insane picks, so let's see who they are. Vayne. Vayne's playstyle has kind of changed. You can go full critical strike build, or the standard Blade of the Ruined King in Rageblade. But since a new item called Kraken Slayer was introduced to the game, we think that this build does a lot more damage. And Vayne has a better impact in the game as Kraken Slayer's passive does 60, plus 30% bonus true damage on every 3rd attack within 3 seconds. The good thing is that you can combine this item with other attack speed items, as Kraken is a mythic item that empowers all legendary items by 10% attack speed. This means you can try to go full attack speed combined with critical damage or lifesteal. It all depends on your game, and if you play against tanks or squishy champions. If Vayne was a good late game champion, now we're scared that she'll become good in the middle phase of the game, and you'll no longer need to wait for the standard 3 items to feel the power spike. From now on, if you have the Kraken Slayer, you're ready to go into fights and secure your eliminations. Tristana. Tristana is our other AD carry. Her win rates grabbed our attention, and we finally realized how strong she truly is. Tristana is currently the 2nd most picked marksman among both low and high elo players. And the reason for that is the new item that Riot decided to introduce into the game, Immortal Shield Bow. This item gives you everything you can ask for on Tristana. It gives attack damage, it gives some attack speed, as well as some critical strike and even lifesteal. But that's not all. It also gives you shield if you're taken below 30% of your maximum health. After you take Immortal, make sure to build Stormrazor, which will give you 50% critical strike, and you'll finally have the damage needed to go into fights. Before we go on, we want to thank you guys for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and click or tap that bell to get notified about our latest videos. Also, hit that like button. This lets us know that you want to see more content just like this. Now sticking with the bottom lane, but switching to the support role, we're picking 2 champions that haven't been affected by the patch or by the changes. Not much has changed in the shop that can make some supports a lot stronger or weaker. Leona. Leona is generally a good pick as a support, and she can get different kinds of builds. We know that some new tank items are being introduced to the game, and she's probably the strongest tank support together with Alistar. Leona is staying in the S tier of champions and can be considered as a good roaming and tank champion who has a lot of stunts. Blitzcrank. Together with Leona as a top bottom lane support role, we're including Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank is a strong pick for this patch simply because you can make good plays by roaming and hooking champions around. If you have cooperating teammates that will follow your hooks, Blitzcrank can be the best champion that will help your teammates get fed. Agree or disagree with our picks? Let us know in the comments down below. Check out our other videos. Be sure to subscribe and turn on that bell to be notified about our latest videos.